A lot has happened in the Bay Area realty scene over the last week. Rates jumped to new two-year highs of the Fed announcement. Santa Clara County Fairgrounds could get a cricket stadium by 2024. Bank of Marin assets jumped 48% in 2021. Mixed income housing proposed for Belvedere, which is California's richest city. Santa Clara sued by a developer after the government killed an affordable housing project. The number of Bay Area homes for sale is at record low. And the biggest story of them all are online real estate services like Redfin inflating prices. In this episode, we will also look at the latest realty trends in 5 happening counties of the Bay Area. If you have any property related questions, please leave your comments below. And if you're planning to buy or sell a home in the Bay Area, I am the trusted realtor you're looking for. Here's my personal story. If I look at my current home which is not listed, the Redfin estimate is fine. However, when a house goes up for a sale, the algorithm goes into a tailspin. One house in Millipita spread over 1,000 square feet has a list price of 1.199 million, but the Redfin estimate for the sale price is 1.518 million. However, if you look at the sold listings in this area, there is none to compare, clearly indicating an inflated price trend does not appear to have any sound data analytics in place. But many people who rely on online listings to determine the buying or a selling budget can get missed by bad estimates projected by firms like Redfin. What is making it worse is Redfin's own claim that their listings are highly accurate with a current median error rate of just 2.26% for the homes that are for sale and 6.72% for off-market homes. This is not true at all if you look at the Millipita's own listing. I cited earlier as it has 25% margin of error. My off-market home in Santa Clara at the right price. So what is actually happening with the Redfin algorithm? Redfin states that the algorithm considers hundreds of data points about the market, the neighborhood, home itself, like whether it has a water view or it's located on a busy street. I find a major flaw in Redfin's estimates. The property has appraisal has to happen within a half-mile radius, but the Redfin goes beyond that. There are many other theories why Redfin is getting priced wrong. One is that the site is valuing the property based on internet traffic. If a listing gets viewed more often in less time, the price goes up quickly and so on. Some realtors are blaming Redfin for purposefully giving a low price for houses on sale, so they can buy it below the market value and pocket 15 to 25% price after flipping the property. One TikTok creator has gone on to say that iBuyers, a general term for big brokerage firms like Redfin, Zillow, Open Door and so on, buying up houses in the neighborhood to boost the property prices. However, many experts rubbish this theory by stating that iBuyers only make up 1% of the total realty market in the US. It will take a really long time to establish such a monopoly to influence the pricing. Besides, there are many brokerage firms on the horizon eating in the realty pie, making scenario highly unlikely even in the future according to some realtors. Others blame the lack of data causing the algorithm to throw bad price estimates. So what do you do in such a confusing scenario? Come to a realtor like me to get a more accurate estimate as we do a comparative market analysis to measure the price of a property by gathering data on similar houses sold in the area. Hey, inflation should not stop you from buying a home in 2022. Buying a home allows you to lock in monthly mortgage payment for the foreseeable future. So while everything else rises and the home prices will continue to throughout 2022, your monthly mortgage stays the same. If you rent, you won't be protected from the rising housing costs. Don't forget to take the low mortgage interest rates into account. While inflation decreases what your dollars can buy, low rates will help you counteract by boosting your purchase power so you can get more homes for your money. Act sooner rather than later because interest rates are on the rise. Just last week, mortgage interest rates jumped to 3.4%, the highest they have been since June 2020. Remember, interest rate increases can significantly impact your purchase power. Last week's home buyer will now afford less. Best hedge against inflation is a fixed housing cost. That's why you should not let it stop you from buying a home this year. Not sure where to start? Connect with me today and we'll introduce you to many trusted lenders. Rates jumped to new two-year highs after Fed announcement. We all know that federal policies are critically important to the behavior of interest rates. January has witnessed a major shift in the Fed policy outlook that foresees prices hikes and reducing of bond purchases. If the Fed feels that interest rates are low and property prices are inflated, then that's what it is, despite what anyone else might want to tell you. However, while the treasury yields and the mortgage rates came back to what they were last week, the mortgage rates went up slightly to become the highest in 2 years. Mortgage applications went up 2.3%. However, refinance submissions dipped 3%. The median price of a single-family home in the 9-county Bay Area hit $1.2 million in December, up 13% from the previous year. Here is where realtors like us have one advantage that the layperson does not. We have access to MLS listings that give a granular look at the realty scene in all the 9 happening counties of the Bay Area. With the forward-looking metrics like a change, pending, and a sold, you get a ringside reality view that could help you before you attempt to buy or sell any property. The MLS data highlights the new, pending, and sold listings from 2020 to 2022. So you get an idea of the realty market trends, highs and lows. Let's start with the Santa Clara, the market leader real estate in the Bay Area. With over 1280 active listings, 451 new and 289 pending, 167 of the properties on the market were sold last week. San Mateo is the next with only half the active listings of Santa Clara, and yet it's still the second best county in Bay Area with 178 new listings, 138 pending, and 88 properties sold. Monterey figures next with a 452 active new listings, 69 new, 42 pending, and 43 sold. Santa Cruz takes the 4th spot among the 5 counties of the Bay Area that I'm covering this week. Out of the 296 active listings, 53 were new, 26 were pending, and 17 were sold. San Benito County is at last at 103 active listings, 18 were new, 12 were pending, and 9 properties were sold. If you look at the 2 most happening counties in the Bay Area for single-family homes, you will get a closer look at what's happening on the ground. In Santa Clara, the average days on market came down by 32% from 22 days in January to 16 days in December, with all the properties getting sold by then 109% higher than the list price. The months of the inventory or the average time for all the properties to get sold in the county came down from high of 2.6 months in April 2022 to 0.4 in October 2021. This indicates our property market where the supply is less and the buyers are far more. In December, only 289 houses were for sale, which 889 were bought, clearly showing the demand-supply gap in Santa Clara County. The sale prices, however, have remained largely stable, with prices hovering around $2 million since May 2021. The Bay Area always had a tight market inventory for decades now, and things are not going to ease up this year either. However, building activity has increased since December, and that's a good news for home buyers. But the mortgage rates are going to adding to the cures or sites like Redfin, whose prices estimates are off the mark. Therefore, if you're a buyer, I would ask you to be careful with the valuation. I would suggest keeping aside not just 10% of the property value for the mortgage down payment, but additional 200k due to the inflated price. If you're a seller, you have to make sure that the buyer has enough proof to funds to close the deal. Get yourself a local realtor like me to prepare you for any eventuality. Give me a tinkle. See you soon in the next episode. Until then, stay safe and mask up.